What if some of the foods you eat every day were quietly damaging one of the most important organs in your body? Your liver works around the clock to keep you alive and healthy. It filters toxins from your blood, processes nutrients, produces bile for digestion, stores vitamins, and regulates hundreds of critical functions inside the body. In fact, the liver is responsible for more than 500 different processes that help maintain balance throughout the body. Despite how important this organ is, many people rarely think about liver health. Unlike the heart or lungs, the liver often suffers in silence. It has a remarkable ability to regenerate and continue working even when it is under stress. Because of this, liver damage can develop slowly over time without causing obvious symptoms in the early stages. But the choices we make every day, especially what we eat, can have a powerful impact on liver health. Certain foods support liver function and help protect it from damage. Other foods, however, can place significant strain on the liver and contribute to long-term problems such as fatty liver disease, inflammation, and even permanent liver damage. Today we're going to talk about 7 foods that may damage your liver when consumed frequently or in large amounts. Many of these foods are extremely common in modern diets, and some may even appear harmless at first. Understanding how these foods affect the liver can help you make more informed choices about your health. Let's begin with one of the most common contributors to liver problems today: sugary drinks. Sugary beverages such as soda, sweetened juices, energy drinks, and flavored coffee drinks contain large amounts of added sugar. Many of these drinks are especially high in a type of sugar known as fructose. Unlike glucose, which can be used by many cells in the body for energy, fructose is primarily processed by the liver. When the liver receives large amounts of fructose, it converts much of that sugar into fat. Over time, this process can lead to a buildup of fat inside liver cells. This condition is known as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Fatty liver disease has become increasingly common in recent decades, largely due to the high consumption of sugary foods and beverages. When fat accumulates inside the liver, it can trigger inflammation and interfere with the liver's ability to perform its normal functions. What makes sugary drinks particularly problematic is that they provide large amounts of sugar without making people feel full. This means it is easy to consume excessive sugar quickly without realizing how much is being consumed. Replacing sugary drinks with water, herbal tea, or other low-sugar options can be an important step toward protecting liver health. Another food that may place significant stress on the liver is highly processed food. Processed foods often contain large amounts of refined carbohydrates, unhealthy fats, sodium, preservatives, and artificial additives. Examples include packaged snacks, fast food, processed meats, and ready-to-eat meals. These foods are typically designed to be convenient and highly palatable, but they often lack the nutrients that support healthy metabolism. Refined carbohydrates such as white flour and refined sugars are quickly absorbed into the bloodstream. This rapid increase in blood sugar causes the body to release insulin in order to regulate glucose levels. Over time, frequent spikes in blood sugar and insulin may contribute to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is strongly associated with the development of fatty liver disease. When the body becomes resistant to insulin, the liver may begin storing more fat. This process can gradually lead to inflammation and liver stress. In addition, many processed foods contain unhealthy fats that can contribute to metabolic imbalances and increased fat accumulation in the liver. Reducing the consumption of highly processed foods and focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods can help support liver function. Another food category that may negatively affect liver health is fried food. Fried foods such as French fries, fried chicken, and deep-fried snacks are often high in unhealthy fats and calories. Many fried foods are prepared using oils that contain trans fats or highly refined vegetable oils. These fats can increase inflammation throughout the body and contribute to metabolic problems. When the body consumes excessive amounts of unhealthy fats, the liver must work harder to process and store these fats. Over time, this increased workload may contribute to fat accumulation in the liver. Fried foods are also typically high in calories and may contribute to weight gain. Excess body fat, particularly around the abdomen, is strongly associated with the development of fatty liver disease. Choosing cooking methods such as baking, grilling, or steaming instead of frying can help reduce the amount of unhealthy fat consumed. Another food that may place strain on the liver is processed meat. Processed meats include products such as bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats. These foods often contain high levels of sodium, preservatives, and chemical additives used to extend shelf life and enhance flavor. One group of preservatives commonly found in processed meats is nitrates and nitrites. While these compounds help prevent bacterial growth and maintain color, excessive consumption of processed meats has been associated with various health risks. Processed meats are also typically high in saturated fats, which can contribute to metabolic imbalances and increased fat storage in the liver. Frequent consumption of processed meat has been linked to an increased risk of metabolic disorders that affect liver health. Replacing processed meats with lean protein sources such as fish, legumes, poultry, or plant-based proteins may help reduce strain on the liver. Another food that can negatively affect liver health is alcohol. Alcohol is one of the most well-known substances that can damage the liver when consumed in excess. The liver is responsible for breaking down and metabolizing alcohol so that it can be eliminated from the body. However, when alcohol intake becomes excessive, the liver may become overwhelmed. As the liver processes alcohol, toxic byproducts are produced. These byproducts can damage liver cells and trigger inflammation. Over time, repeated alcohol exposure can lead to a range of liver conditions, including alcoholic fatty liver disease, alcoholic hepatitis, fibrosis, and cirrhosis. Even moderate alcohol consumption can place stress on the liver if it occurs frequently over long periods of time. Limiting alcohol intake or avoiding it entirely can significantly reduce the risk of alcohol-related liver damage. Another food that may quietly damage your liver over time is excessive salt. Salt itself is an essential nutrient that the body needs in small amounts to maintain fluid balance and nerve function. However, modern diets often contain far more sodium than the body actually requires. Highly processed foods, fast food, packaged snacks, and many restaurant meals contain large quantities of added salt. When sodium intake becomes excessive, the body begins to retain more water in order to maintain balance. This increased fluid retention can raise blood pressure and place additional strain on the cardiovascular system. But the effects of excessive salt do not stop there. High sodium intake has also been linked to the progression of liver fibrosis, which is a condition where scar tissue begins forming inside the liver. Over time, fibrosis can interfere with normal liver function and may progress into more serious liver disease. Many people consume far more sodium than they realize because salt is hidden in many processed foods. Reading food labels and reducing the consumption of packaged meals can help lower overall sodium intake. Another food that may negatively affect liver health is excessive refined carbohydrates. Refined carbohydrates are commonly found in foods such as white bread, pastries, cookies, cakes, and many breakfast cereals. These foods are typically made from refined flour and added sugars. Unlike whole grains, refined carbohydrates have had much of their fiber removed during processing. Without fiber to slow digestion, These carbohydrates are quickly broken down into sugar in the bloodstream. This rapid rise in blood sugar causes the body to release large amounts of insulin in order to bring glucose levels back down. Over time, repeated spikes in blood sugar and insulin can lead to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is strongly associated with the development of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. When the body becomes resistant to insulin, the liver may begin converting excess sugar into fat. This fat can accumulate inside liver cells and gradually lead to inflammation and liver damage. Replacing refined carbohydrates with whole grains, vegetables, and other fiber-rich foods can help reduce this risk. Another food that may contribute to liver stress is excessive consumption of red meat. Red meat can be a valuable source of protein and important nutrients such as iron and vitamin B12. However, frequent consumption of large amounts of red meat, especially processed or fatty cuts, may place additional strain on the liver. Red meat is often high in saturated fat. When consumed in excess, saturated fat may contribute to increased fat storage in the liver and metabolic imbalances that affect liver function. In addition, certain compounds produced during the digestion of red meat may increase oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress occurs when unstable molecules known as free radicals damage cells and tissues. When oxidative stress affects the liver, it may contribute to inflammation and cellular damage over time. Moderation is key. Including a variety of protein sources such as fish, poultry, legumes, and plant-based proteins can help support a more balanced diet. When we look at these foods together, an important pattern begins to emerge. Many of the foods that place the greatest stress on the liver share several characteristics. They are often highly processed. They are frequently high in sugar, unhealthy fats, or sodium. And they tend to provide large amounts of calories while offering relatively few beneficial nutrients. Over time, diets that rely heavily on these types of foods may contribute to fat accumulation in the liver, inflammation, and metabolic imbalances. The liver is remarkably resilient. It has the unique ability to repair and regenerate itself when given the proper support. However, this ability has limits. When the liver is continuously exposed to harmful substances or excessive dietary stress, damage can accumulate. Over time, this damage may progress into conditions such as fatty liver disease, fibrosis, cirrhosis, or other serious liver disorders. Protecting liver health does not require extreme or complicated changes. In many cases, it simply involves making more balanced dietary choices and reducing the intake of foods that place unnecessary strain on the liver. Focusing on whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and fiber-rich ingredients can help support the liver's natural detoxification processes. Hydration, regular physical activity, and maintaining a healthy body weight can also play important roles in supporting liver function. The liver works silently every day to protect the body from toxins and maintain metabolic balance. Yet because it performs its work quietly, it is easy to overlook how important it truly is. Paying attention to the foods you consume each day can help reduce stress on the liver and support its ability to function properly. Your liver is responsible for filtering the blood, processing nutrients, and protecting the body from harmful substances. Taking steps to support its health can have lasting benefits for your overall well-being. If you found this information helpful, stay with our channel. We regularly explore the warning signs your body may send before serious health conditions develop and explain how everyday habits influence long-term health. In the next video, we will discuss another important topic that many people overlook: the foods that may actually help repair and protect your liver. Make sure to stay with us so you don't miss it.